team. Happy Thursday. Happy July. Happy July 7th. Thank you so much for helping me out. So I just want to do the housekeeping things very quickly. We know that we have the 21-day fix and 21-day fix all of July. So they're 140. We have the kickstart with them, with the 3-day refresh, and that's 180 per challenge pack. And then we have 22 with Shakeology for 140 and with the performance line for $140. Really great setup for July. I think that, Beachbody is fully aware that the summer months are the toughest month for this type of business. So, they are definitely doing the best they could to set us up to succeed. So make sure that you are reaching out to your prospects, to your contact list, and making them aware that the sales continue, or that they were extended. All right. So that's that. Also, just as a reminder, we're getting ready for Summit. So I know that throughout these next couple of weeks, in a lot of the groups, you're going to start to see, for those new folks that don't know what to bring to Summit, you're going to start to see like a list of like items that you can bring. I think I might still have one saved, so I'm going to look for it. I think it's in my notes, so I'll be able to share that with you guys, just to kind of be prepared when you come to Summit, all right? So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to be working together. We're going to be at events together. Shout out to Michelle for achieving a lot of things in July, actually. In June, which qualified her to go to a Shanti event, like a private, is it for size? It's for size, right?
It didn't say.
Okay, so it's like a whole party where she's going to be dancing with him live. She also earned another, I believe it was for, like a concert. It's like a concert you're going to, right? And then she gets to bring a guest. And that's all for hitting Success Club. So congratulations to you. And also, obviously, for a diamond, which also get you a free diamond shirt to wear at Summit. So congratulations, girl. Happy, please. Sorry, this is like my real life here. Always my Tia's up and stuff. So definitely looking forward to spending time with the team that's coming, bonding, learning, partying. We're going to be doing a lot of that stuff. So come prepared to be like literally up like almost 24 hours. It's like a hustle type of event. Come prepared to learn, come prepared to be open-minded, with an open heart. All right. So the other thing is, let me shout out the successful earners for June. So we have Michelle and Jamie, Success Club 10, 5 lives. We have Bernie at Success Club 10, 5 lives. I just want to give a huge shout out, y'all, because is she here? She's not here, but she'll listen to the recording. She was hustling. She was at her, 40th birthday vacation, and that girl was hustling. She was at 4 when she left New York, and I had reached out to her for something, and she was like, girl, I'm hustling. And she came home, and she killed it. She closed, the month at Success Club 10. So, Bernie, congratulations to you for always, being so consistent in your business and just being present and doing what you said you would find out. So, Danielle, Success Club 8, 4 lives. We have Wendy at Success Club 3 lives. We have Ada at Success Club 6, 3 lives. Carol at Success Club. She was at 8, but something happened. Just back office things. The order didn't go through, but now it went through. But she did finish at Success Club 6. So Carol, congrats to you, as well as my brother at Success Club 6. So congratulations to you guys. We also have 2 rank advancements today. Congratulations to Lisa Aguirre Rivera for advancing her business to Emerald, which is the first stepping stone to making it happen in this business. So congratulations for coming in with huge, goals and dreams to make this thing happen. And to our girl, Wendy Guzman Rosa. Woo! No. Celebrating already. Didn't even invite nobody. Congratulations on advancing your business to the rank of Ruby. Amazing. That's like literally one step away from that. You are doing exactly what you said to me on the first day we met, that you were inspired to just help motivate people and inspire people and get people help. And that's exactly what you've been sticking to. So very proud of you. Congratulations. Girls over there. And let's continue, crushing goals, guys. So now, without further ado, we are going to have a very, very good call today. I'm very excited about this new couple on the team. I love, not that I don't like our single people, or the people who haven't brought in their spouses to the business, but it definitely makes a difference for you to be able to have a supportive, partner that you can bounce off ideas, and work together, and push each other together. I know very well what that feels like. So I'm very excited to introduce Michelle Avila, who advanced to Diamond last month, as well as Jamie Smith. And I'm definitely loving, the energy that they bring to the team. I'm loving how they work very well together, how they push each other, how they push us, really, keep us on our toes. So I am excited to basically present the comeback from them, and take it away, guys. I'm not speaking first. Is it you, Michelle? Let me unmute you. hang on. Let me mute everybody else, and then I'm gonna unmute you guys. You're speaking first, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna do the speaker view, and hang on. Go ahead, girl. Start talking. See if Oh. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hey guys. So I started my journey in 2014 as a challenger under one of Gabby's coaches. That's how I met Gabby. I did T25 for 10 weeks and rocked that challenge group. I remember there were a few of us that continued posting until the very end. Loved it. Had amazing results. Shortly after that, Gabby contacted me because my coach was no longer a coach. So Gabby contacted me and asked me if I wanted to be a coach, and my answer was no, I wasn't ready. And she was very persistent and continued to follow up and contacted me every other month. My answer was no, Gabby, I'm not ready. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Until I was ready to start. I think I contacted Gabby in February 2015, and I said, I'm ready and I'll start next month. So I started in March. I did really well, March, April, May. I hit Success Club 5, I think even 10 maybe in 2 of those months. I earned my free ticket this year for Summit. Last year I couldn't go. It was just, I think financially I wasn't there yet to like spend all that money. Even though Gabby said it was a big investment, I just wasn't ready to go. But within those 3 months, I felt good about myself. A lot of people were inboxing me, asking me how I lost a lot of weight. So I was just getting a lot of challengers like nothing. It was very easy for me. I would have to say that I wasn't even putting in a lot of the work. They were just coming to me. I was so close to becoming diamond. I became emerald actually within, I think, a month. It took me, so it was very fast. But within those 3 months, I was so close to becoming diamond. I had 2 emeralds on my right, 4 coaches on my right, and I had, what did I have? I had 3 coaches on my left. So all I needed was 1 more emerald. Yeah, so had I known what I know now, to like how, I'm not saying it's easy to get to diamond, but I would have like pulled a few strings and made it there. So what did I lack that I didn't become diamond? I didn't put a lot of effort into doing PDs. I wasn't reading books. Jamie pushes me a lot right now. So I guess that's what I needed, was that big push. So he's always asking me, what are you doing for PD? Did you invite? So it's like, he's like on my tail pushing me every single day. I didn't have that back then. So if I didn't have him say, hey, you need to go post this picture, or you're lacking these pictures on your Facebook, I probably wouldn't have achieved diamond right now on my own. But we'll talk about him later. Where was I? Sorry if I repeat myself. First call.
You're doing great.
So once August came, I let everything fall. Why? Because I go back to work the last 2 weeks of August every year. We go back for professional development to set up our classrooms. And it's like me, once I have my eyes like set on something, it's that OCD in me. I have to have my classroom ready. I have to have my welcome back material ready for my students. I put all my effort into that. And I just slowly let it go in August. My vision wasn't there anymore. It was just, I need to get back to teaching. This is what I have to do. And little by little, I began to lose coaches. They began to become inactive. A lot of them even not called. You had to like mail in the paper to cancel your membership. January came, and so from August up until January, I wasn't selling. I became inactive myself. I was only paying the $17 coaching fee. January came, and I even submitted the paperwork to cancel my whole Beachbody account. I literally sent it at the end of January. 2 weeks later, I called, and because, you needed the signature a few months ago. I called and I said, hey, did you guys, receive my paper? And they're like, no, we haven't received anything. A few weeks go by, I mail it again. 2 weeks later, hey, did you get it? Nothing. Jamie reaches out to me literally like another 2 weeks later. So I'm like, was that God's way of telling me we lost it in the mail? Like it wasn't, intended for you to cancel your Beachbody account? I guess so. But that's that. Jamie came back into my life February. Asked me how my Beachbody was going. I told him that I wasn't, that I was currently inactive, that I wasn't selling. He began to say how he was going to like start working his. Last year, I asked him, I think during the 3 months that I was working the business, I asked him if he wanted to be introduced to Gabby because he signed up under somebody else. And his answer was no, like he didn't want to be a part of it, or I guess a part of my team. And this time around, I said, I really want to introduce you to Gabby. You'll get a lot more by being, with everybody from New York. And he was actually all for it. And Jamie, do you want to go into yours for now? So continue.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, everybody. Like Michelle said, my name is Jamie. I'm very new to the team. I'm just going to give you a little background about myself. I started 4 years ago. I borrowed insanity from a coworker. I work for a grocery store. So I borrowed insanity 4 years ago, April. I've always kind of went to the gym, and I've always kind of tried to watch my weight, and I've always been up and down with weight loss and with my nutrition. And I used to always see the insanity commercials, and I always wanted to like try it. So I was talking to a coworker. She said she had it and she wasn't using it. So I borrowed it. So I used it for like a week and I stopped. For some reason after that, back in August of that same year, I started using it again. And I can tell you guys, and I'm very blessed to actually say this, I have not missed a workout in four years. So just any days, just any regular scheduled days off. So in that time, I've been doing Beachbody programs for the past 4 years. I've done Asylum Part 1 and Part 2. I've done T25. I've done 22-minute hardcore. I've done 21-day fix extreme. I did P90X, P90X3. I'm doing P90X2 now. I've done PIO. And I lost 60 pounds probably in those 4 years. Since that time, I've become full vegan, no dairy, no cheese, no meat, obviously. I completely gave up alcohol back on February 12th, which is right at the time when I met, when I reconnected with Michelle. So I have 2 kids. My daughter's 17 and my son is 12. And I'm going to go into my why right now. My son suffers from anxiety and from mental depression. And he actually tried to kill himself about 1.5 years ago. So my why now is very strong. I want to stay home with my kids. Kind of like jumping around here. I didn't start drinking the Shakeology until about, I just came up on my year anniversary. So for the first 3 years of doing all these Beachbody programs, I never touched Shakeology. I used to see Michelle drinking all the time, and I was like, no, I don't have the money. I'm good. But finally I gave in when I became a coach, and I officially became a coach in May of 2015. I didn't even have anybody ask me to be a coach. I had signed up getting the actual discounts because I was buying so many programs, and I just decided one day, with nobody asking me, let me sign up to be a coach. After I did that, I had this lady from Oregon who I had no idea really who she was, and she was calling me to say that she was my assigned coach. So I just went with it. And, I kind of followed what, her advice that she was saying. But the issue was that she was living all the way out in Oregon. There was a 3-hour time difference. I don't know anybody from Oregon. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it was hard for me to connect to anybody that lives in Oregon because, I'm from New York, born and raised. So I started coaching in May. I was a coach May, June. My first month of June, I hit Success Club 10, and I can tell you guys, I wasn't inviting. I was just working out. I started drinking Shakeology, and I just started having like a lot of conversations, not really even inviting. It was just that people were asking me. So I said, I'm doing this. It was so easy. So I hit Success Club 10 in June. I hit Success Club 12 in July. And then I think in August, I hit Success Club 8. And that's really, I wasn't doing any of the stuff that Michelle and I are doing now. And then September was when I kind of started to fall off. I got into a very bad relationship with a person that didn't support my dreams and didn't support my goals. And then eventually, by the wintertime, I wasn't coaching at all. I was still doing my personal development, which I'm very big into, and I'll go into that. And I was still working out. My eating had kind of slacked off a little bit. I was still eating pretty good, but I just wasn't feeling good. So I got rid of that negative person in my life, and I did that through this whole time. I never stopped in my personal development. Where am I at now? So I reconnected with Michelle back in February, like she said, And really since that time, I mean, really my whole life has changed, and I know everybody says that, but when I remember when one of the first times that I spoke to Michelle, I told her, I said, listen, I'm not the same person that you knew last year. I'm totally different. So, and I explained to her that I wanted to get back into coaching, but I wanted to get a different coach because I didn't feel the connection that I had with my old coach, and I wasn't getting the support. And some of it was me. I mean, I could have done a better job coaching at the time, but I just didn't feel I was getting the proper support. I felt like I needed somebody that was a little closer to home, or a little, you know, somebody I could relate to. So that's when Michelle set up the call with Gabby, and I knew right from just talking to Gabby that I was like, okay, where do I sign? I'm ready to go. So I can tell you guys the stuff that Gabby does, and Gabby didn't ask me to say anything, so I'm just saying this totally on my own. I mean, you guys and the whole team are really, really amazing, and you guys do a great job. And I'm very competitive, and I mean, you guys push me every day. I push Michelle every day. She pushes me. I mean, I suck at doing like posts and stuff like that, so she helps me with that. I mean, I never miss a workout. I never miss drinking my shakes. I sucked at inviting, so Michelle's been really helping me with that. But just, I've had to make a lot of sacrifices. I mean, I don't know when the last time I watched TV, other than, you know, watching a movie with my son. I have not watched one New York Met game. I'm a big New York Met fan. I just really made a lot of sacrifices because I want to make this my life. I want to make this my dream. I want to help people. When I was younger, and I didn't even share this in the beginning, when I was younger, I weighed about 250, 260. I mean, I was really, really, really overweight. So I lost some weight before I got into Beachbody. But I was really overweight. I was that fat. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I was the heavy-set kid. I was the fat kid back in high school that didn't play any sports, that didn't have a girlfriend, that just go to school, come home, eat, and then go back to school the next day. So, I mean, I really can't tell you guys, and Michelle's known me for about 7 years, I really can't tell you guys how much that Beachbody has changed my life. It's made me a better father. It's made me a better mate. It's made me a better everything. I mean, there's not one thing. Between the personal development, between listening to Les Brown and all these books and all this stuff, the compound effect. I mean, when I first heard that book, I was like, oh my God, like there's a whole world out there that, you know, I'm not even really aware of. One of my other reasons for my why is for my mom. I mean, my mom suffers, well, she has passed away, but she was obese. And I just felt like I didn't do anything to really help her. So, I mean, that's also part of my why, is because now I want to help people, because I don't want to see anybody end up like the way my mother did. Yeah, I'm kind of like jumping around here, but yeah, I mean, Michelle and I talk all the time, and we really try to push each other. And, you know, sometimes we argue, and I'm like the one that doesn't think. I just go out there and do. And then she's like, Jamie, you can't do that. Well, I already did it. I'm not afraid to fail. These things in my life, something, then, I mean, it is what it is. So, yeah, so that pretty much puts me at where we're at right now. I'm really looking forward to going to Summit, way out of my comfort zone. I never thought in a million years that I would go. Michelle pushed me to go because I probably wouldn't have. But, you know, now I'm excited. I'm excited about meeting, you know, who's ever going to be at Summit. And I'm just really excited about the next 6 months, year, you know, down the road to see where we can bring this business. You want me to keep going, or? No.
So like I ask myself this every day. I'm like, had I not stopped, where would I be now? Would I be a 1-star? Would I be a 2-star diamond right now? Where would I be now? Do I regret giving up? Absolutely. But, you know, like Jamie said, we've known each other 7 years. We were in a relationship for about a year and a half, on, off, till finally this time he's like, look, I'm a different person. So, you know, to be honest, Beachbody has brought us like even closer. We don't argue about like petty things. It's now Beachbody related. But yeah, so now we came up with goals. You know, like I look at like my mistakes that I've made before of why I couldn't become a diamond, or why did I lose a lot of my coaches. And, you know, a big part of it is recruiting more coaches that are, I was asking Jamie earlier, what's the correct word? How do you say it that you want to get more coaches that are like us? Because, you know, you get a lot of coaches that say that they want to sell and they don't. They don't do anything. So, you know, for the next 6 months, I hopefully, well, I want to get to 2-star diamond. Jamie's allowed to sign back up in October, so we said that he would be a diamond.
Oh yeah, I forgot to bring that up.
Yeah, so that's why him and I have been working the same account right now, because he had to deactivate his account for 6 months. So he'll go back in officially in October and work his own account. Jamie also wants to step down at work and have a lower you know, he wants less responsibility at work. Right now he works a lot of nights, so he wants to be able to like just get day shift. He also has his insanity, certificate to teach classes. So he wants to begin at least, you know, teaching once a week. And right now we're currently making about $700 a month with Beachbody. So we're hoping to double it or even make $2,000 a month amongst the both of us within the next 6 months. Build my left leg. That's one thing that I really didn't know a lot about. You know, and I still ask Gabby about my left leg. So I build my left leg right now. I have $3,000 sitting on my right hand leg. Gabby pointed that out to me the other day. So like now that I'm like understanding the business a lot more, it's, you know, we see like where we have to work it and how we're going to become successful. And, you know, we want to also create vision boards. A lot of the coaches create vision boards that are on the walls. That's something that Jamie and I want to do like by the end of this month, we said. Maybe we'll do that at Summit. And do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, if I could just say one other thing. Whatever I say, like I'm very emotional. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I have Michelle that, you know, she really keeps me in line. But you know, like I hear people say I don't have time for this, or I don't have time to coach. I can just tell you what I do. I work 10-hour days. I have 2 kids, so I have to cook. I have to clean. I have to do, you know, all that stuff, laundry, all that stuff. But, you know, like Michelle can tell you, like when I get home, I make sure that the kids are taken care of. And then I have my notebook now, which I never thought in a million years that I would do. I write everything down, way out of my comfort zone. I suck at being organized, but I spend an hour just doing all the vitals. And now also what I did is I have like this little sheet that I have on my refrigerator. It's on the door every day. Read a book, which I suck at, so I'm starting to do that. 10 minutes a day. Read a book, drink a shake, have conversations. And I've also added, I started meditating, so I added that on there also. And then do your personal development. So I have like 6 little things that are on my refrigerator that no matter what, I have to do. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. I just got home from my job. I had to jump on the call, and I haven't done probably 2 or 3 of those items that are on the list. So when I get off the call, I have to make sure that those 2 or 3 items are done, no matter what, every single day. I mean, me and Michelle right now are so intent on our goals. We don't take any days off. So if I'm going to go out with the kids, then I'll make sure I have all the stuff done in the morning, and that's what Michelle does, or she makes sure, and we just send, you know, each other a quick note, hey, is everything done, or, you know, whatever it is. But and I'm not trying to badmouth my own team, my old team, I'm sorry. But I mean, you guys, each and every person on this call and everybody in the team, I mean, Gabby, I mean, you guys are all amazing. And if we all believe that we're gonna make this happen, there's the only difference between those that do and those that don't is those that do it, and those that don't, they just don't do it. I mean, Michelle and I get frustrated because our coaches aren't doing the right thing, or they don't want to, they don't want it. But that's okay. They don't want it. That's not their thing. So like the one thing I was telling Michelle is that we haven't found ourselves, or we haven't found somebody that's like me or you. And that person is out there. It's just how many people you can talk to in a given day. That is what this business is about. How many people can you talk to in a given day that want what you want? I mean, I became a coach on my own. So there's got to be somebody out there like me. I just haven't found that person yet. So, and I just felt that at the time, and Gabby actually told me to go back to my old coach and ask for support, which I knew once before I spoke to Gabby that I didn't want to be on that team anymore, just because I didn't have that connection. So Gabby wasn't, forcing me to leave, or Michelle wasn't forcing me to leave. It was something that I had already decided before, and I already made that, I already had that in my head that I was going to leave. But we are very, very fortunate to have Gabby. And we're all fortunate to have each other, because we all push each other, and we all have, you have that support, which I didn't have. I mean, I only heard from my coach maybe once a week. And can you guys imagine if we only heard from Gabby once a week? I mean, if I don't hear from Gabby 5 times a day, then I get worried. I'm like, wow, Gabby must be off today. She's got something going on. But I need that. That for me is great, because I need somebody on me, because I don't want to let anybody down. So,
you actually did say that the other day when Gabby she didn't message anybody all day. Have you heard from Gabby? I think you were upstate.
Yeah. So I just think that, we have a great leader, and we just need to take advantage of her knowledge, and, that she wants to help us, because it's legit. And, I was on another team, and I didn't get, I mean, if Gabby's giving us 120, I was getting about 40 at the most. So, and that's not to knock the other person. It's just that, everybody's different. So we're all blessed.
I mean, and it goes with our coaches now. A lot of the time, Jamie will say, can you post this in there? Can you post that in our own coach group? But a lot of them are also, they're in the team admin group, so they're getting it from Gabby as well. And I keep on telling Jamie, we can't push them. It's what they want to do. We try to have a team call, and it's excuse after excuse. So, I'm not going to let that get to me this time. I'm not going to think of myself as a failure. And, all I can do is just keep recruiting new coaches. That's it. And once the end of August comes and I go back to work, I told James he has to push me even harder when I get back to work, because I can't give up this time. Do I fear that I'm going to give up? Absolutely. Do I fear that I'm going to devote less time to Beachbody? Of course. But I just need that push. So we're going to work hard, and we're going to get there.
Sounds good.
Wow, that's amazing, guys. I just have to say that, I just have to comment to what Jamie said first. The 5 times a day. I don't know if the feeling is something that everybody else has. They might be happy not to hear from me 5 times a day, Jamie, but thank you for that. But I do have to say, I have to point out that, Michelle came in with a lot of fire when she first started. She hit Success Club. She became a Success Starter. She earned her ticket to Summit. And, she was just posting and sharing and inviting. And like she said, she allowed life, right, her job get in the way. And as she said, she regrets it. And obviously that's her personal feelings. However, the way I feel is that I did keep in touch with her, like she says. We had a call sometime in September, I believe, and then we talked, throughout to check up on her and what have you. But I think that she got a taste of the business. Wait, hang on. I want to see everybody. She got a taste of business, and she saw the potential. And it's very clear to me, because you guys, it's not a secret that, I believe in God. It's not a secret that I owe all of my success to God. And, and I testify that day in and day out. So to me, it's the fact that she sent that, cancellation she mailed it in with a signature 2 times, and it never made it to corporate. That's, it's very clear that was God stopping that document from getting to Beachbody, because this is where she belongs. She belongs in, team admin. She belongs in other people that help. She belongs, here to help other people realize their potential. And I feel that, this is her journey. So I don't want you to feel bad, Michelle, that you left and came back and you really can't think about what would have happened, because this is your time. And this is the journey that God wanted you to walk, and because I'm not going to say that I'm not human to think, Jorge, you heard me yesterday, whoever was on the national call, you heard me yesterday say that, Beachbody was in our lives in 2008, and Jorge said, call and get a coach. And I said, no, I didn't want anything to do with it. I hate, working out. That's not a secret either, but I pushed myself because that's one of our vitals. And, and he said, Gabby, call, get the support. I'm sick, but someone's going to push you. And I was like, no, I'm not about that life. Right. But sometimes, in conversations, can you imagine had I called in 2008, maybe I would have became a coach then, but I can't think about that. So I don't want you to focus on that. I want you to focus on the fact that you're here. You're here now with Jamie. He's, part of our team, and you guys are amazing. You guys are motivating and changing a lot of people's lives, and definitely just keep talking to people and keep, inviting people, because you will find people on your team, that will want to also pay it forward. One last thing that I want to say, and then I'm going to open up to the team for anyone here that has any questions, or Jorge, see if he has any questions for you guys or comments, is that when I first became a diamond, there's a lot of controversy as to how you become a diamond, as to how you can get there. I made myself a diamond. I didn't have working coaches. I built Jorge to Emerald, and I built my other brother, who is not a working coach, to Emerald as well. Emerald and Emerald. And I got myself to diamond. And I remember jumping on the call with corporate when they start to mentor you once you become diamond, right? And I remember jumping on that call, my first call. There were 4 consecutive calls, one every week for a month. And it was a couple of us. And everyone on the call was like, the guy had asked, introduce yourselves and tell us something fun or something that makes you feel accomplished this week. And I remember like a lot of the diamond coaches were sharing that, I had an amazing team call, and my coaches are doing this, and my coaches are hitting Success Club. I got off that call defeated. I came to Jorge and I said, I have nobody working this business. And I could have thrown in the towel then, and none of us would be here today. So I don't want you to feel that because you don't have a working coach today, that just doesn't go for Jamie and Michelle. It goes for everybody on this call. If you don't have a working coach yet, and in your heart, this is where you belong, keep pushing, keep inviting, keep doing your vitals, because guess what? One day you're going to be having a call just like we're having today. So I just wanted to say that because it's a very, sad and you feel defeated and you feel like crap because you're like, damn, what am I doing wrong? But you know what? When God has something in store for you, he's going to send it in his time, not ours. You keep saying, you keep doing what you got to do. You keep showing up, and he will bless you when it's time for you guys to be blessed. So I'm going to open it up for you guys. For anyone who has any questions or any comments for Michelle and Jamie, who did an amazing job.
Awesome job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone?
See, I didn't want to go first, so I'll go first.
I had a question. Did Gladys have a question?
Yes, I do. I have various questions, actually, Rudy. One, so I really don't, I don't.
Wait, you muted yourself. Go ahead. Puppy.
Oh.
You know, I know you in the chat, and that's about it.
Gladys,
Yes.
you missed the whole part of you talking.
Okay, sorry. So, one, I have really spotty Wi-Fi, so I'm going to try to talk as fast as possible.
Okay.
Jamie, thank you so much for sharing.
Yes,
Did not
no
know
problem.
any of that of you whatsoever, and it's weird because we all know each other within the chat, but we don't know each other, and this just opens up a whole new line of respect for you that you have no idea. You know,
Thank
my
you.
brother is a single dad, so I completely, my hat off to you. My question for both of you, are you each other's success partners? Do you have outside success partners? Are you going to get outside success partners? One. Two, PD, right? You mentioned PD for you, that was your strong point. What suggestions do you have for people that are stuck in a funk, that are in that borderline of, is this really for me? Is this not for me? How did you find your push? And for Michelle, so I homeschool my daughter, and I fell off the wagon completely, where I almost also thought of signing in my paperwork to go ahead and cancel my account because I fell behind in balancing that out. Do you have a game plan for when you go back to school and you have the responsibility of having lesson plans and your activities and everything that goes with that, and your coaching business? And I think that's it. If I have any more, I'll put them in the chat because I don't know how much longer I'll have service for.
Good questions.
The success partner, I think for now we're each other's, and we try to be there for some of our coaches that are working. Once we have more working coaches, we said we'll connect them together. But no, I mean, we haven't really thought about finding like separate success partners. I don't know if Jamie's thought about that, but I mean, now we're doing a good job, you know, working with each other. That was the first question. Jamie, you could talk about the PD because you're big on that one. On the books that you then.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can be totally honest with everybody. Personal development changed my life. I'm going to say it again. Personal development changed my life. Now, there's certain things that I listen to at certain times. So when I'm in business mode, I'll listen to something that goes to the business part of the, you know, if it's, I just downloaded Eat This Frog. And what was the other one I was listening to, Michelle? I'm sorry. I was listening.
Morning?
Was that? Yes, the Miracle Morning, which was phenomenal. Then you have the whole financial side. So I'll listen to something, you know, whatever it is, financially, something on YouTube. But when I'm feeling down in the dumps, for me, I just put on Les Brown. That's as soon as I hear his voice and he tells you that you're the only person in this universe, and that you're, you know, we're not just here to breathe air and just go to work and just come home and just hang out on the couch. That's not what we're here for. We're here to make a difference in the universe. And I really didn't believe that 6 months ago. I didn't believe that last year. And that's the way I go about every single day. So it really depends on what kind of mood I'm in or how I'm, you know, like how I'm feeling. Like I had this big change in my work. So I've been feeling not too good about myself or whatever you want to say. But really Les Brown like the person that I listen to when I get down in the dumps and I, you know, like I want to feel good about myself. And it'll be, you know, when I'm, when I'm cooking or when I'm cleaning, but, you know, to hear some of the stuff that he says, and it's so true. It is absolutely so true. You have to believe that you can do something. And if you believe it, it's going to come happen. And just going back to Gabby's point, I know I keep going on here. I was supposed to work 1 to 11 today. I go into work yesterday and my boss, and we got to switch to a call and I wasn't sure. Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. I'm sorry. Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. But when I went to work yesterday, my boss was like, you can come in 11 to 9. And I was like, oh my God, like, it's just weird, like how things work. So I was able to jump on the call. We didn't have to move everything around. So it was awesome. But I do personal development. That's something for me that's like non-negotiable, half hour to an hour at least every day. And then I just added 10 minutes of reading a book onto that because I hate to read, but I started reading with my son every night now. So I'm doing 10 minutes of reading on top of every other audio that I listen to.
And with the teaching, my hours, I teach 7:30 to 3:30. And I also do the extended day, to make more money throughout the school year. So that ends at 5:15. Am I drained at the end of the day? Absolutely. But I used to find myself coming home, going right to the couch. Before you knew it, 2-3 hours went away. I would waste my time on Facebook, watching TV, just like a waste of my day. So now I began to utilize on my ride to work, 30 minutes, I listen to PD, 30 minutes driving back home, PD. And then it works out that my breaks are back to back. So I get a 2-hour break in the middle of the day without my students. Sometimes that a 40-minute block, I'm in a meeting with the principal, or we have our own PD. So I can't always utilize that 40 minutes, but during my lunch break and during my other 40-minute block, that's when I make sure to invite and, catch up on stuff throughout the day. Then at night is when we'll have our power hour and stuff. So it's just making sure that I have a set schedule. And I'm going into my 10th year of teaching. So I'm there's no excuse. I shouldn't have to be up all night, writing lesson plans. That was the old me. I would be on my laptop every night writing lesson plans and grading papers. My job gave me this awesome assistant this year, full-time. She's in my room and she's identical to myself, works hard. And I'll tell you that this school year, I went home with no work. So I just need to get better with utilizing my time and having that set schedule and keep into it.
And if anybody, just to go back to the personal development one more time, if anybody has not listened to the Miracle Morning, download it or get the book, because it will change your whole way you think about your mornings. And every audio says basically 3 things: listen to more audio, eat right, and work out. And that's what we do. That's our jobs as coaches. So.
I actually, before I forget, guys, you guys talked about vision boards. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tag you both on a call that Cindy Lopez did for us, and it was an amazing call. And then she breaks it down, basically, why a vision board, why they're good, why you should have one. And I believe she actually goes through some apps or programs that you can utilize to put it together. I'll tag you guys on that. But anyone else has any questions?
Yeah, Jamie, this question for you. It was more so geared towards you taking the Insanity course and doing that stuff. Is there, first off, congrats on that and good stuff.
Thank you.
That's awesome. I was also interested in getting certified for that and also a couple of other things. Any recommendations you have to go about doing that? And what do you feel it's going to bring to you, just you personally?
Well, the reason why I did it was because I think Julie Voorhees had a call, or I remember listening to her, and I mean, I can't tell you guys how much I love to work out. Like, I literally wake up and my day cannot start unless I work out. So I've been blessed to be able to be like that. And the original Insanity program is what changed my life. And that's what I love. I mean, I could do Insanity like all day. So why not get paid, or why not help others by, having like the classes? So Michelle kind of pushed me. I was thinking about it for a while, and I was like, it's a little bit too much money and this and this. But I just went. It's very easy. You just go online. I can post the website. I'm not sure. You just go online. You look for a class. I had to go all the way down to Jersey. It was like a 2-hour ride. I had to leave my house like 5 o'clock. I was up at like 5. I had to stop by Michelle's house to get some stuff. I was on the road for like 2.5 hours. And it's an 8-hour course. And literally you are working out probably for like 4 hours. I mean, I was never so shot after being done with it. And you learn, I mean, I didn't realize how like half of the moves I was doing wrong. And it's a pretty intense process for 8 hours, where the instructor has to know that when you're done, like you're able to teach, and you actually get up there and you have to teach the class. And it was very nerve-wracking because I work for a grocery store. I do Insanity in my house, but a lot of the other people that were in the class were personal trainers. They were certified. There was one girl that was trained in PIO. She was like a PIO trainer. And, here I am, this 40-year-old guy that works for ShopRite and thinks, he wants to be a trainer. But I got up there and, I think I did okay. So now, I'm in the process of just, contacting gyms, and, we got some stuff going on to try and get some people, I want to pay it forward, and I want to start like teaching people. I really consider it a little bit separate from the Beachbody coaching, is because I love to work out. So I don't look at it as, I'm going to try and recruit people to sign up. It's just something that I want to do. It's just a love and passion that I have to do. I love to work out. So, why not, pay it forward? If I can help one person to lose weight, or help one person, or, if I have a class of one, I'll teach to one person. I mean, that's how much I love to do it. So
I'm with you, Jamie. I love to work out too. If I don't get my workout in, it's not a good day.
Yeah. Did I answer your question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. Thank you. I just want to kind of get a little more insight on the whole course itself. You said that was a lot of working out, about 4 hours worth, that they were just making sure your form was proper.
Yeah.
You can instruct people on how to correct their form and things of that nature. Yeah,
and then you got to, like, the hard part for me is going to be there's a lot of stuff going on. So you have to go around the room, make sure everybody's doing it right. And then, like, you have the music, and you have to switch moves, obviously. So it's like you got to listen to the music. You got to make sure that all your people are doing it right. And then you got to make sure that, like if you have somebody that's weaker in the group, make sure that they know what the modifier move is. So there's a lot of stuff going on within the workout. So I'm probably going to do like a free workout for, just whoever wants, so I can get like some practice. But they really go step by step. So you got to learn the music, and you got to learn the moves properly. And there's a lot of stuff going on, more than what I expected, but it was definitely worth it. All right. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Michelle, my question is, what was the push? Because I know what you were saying about last year, and letting it go, and so what was the push? What was different this time?
It was actually setting goals, like with Jamie. So like the push was, he's like, well, where do you see yourself in a year? Where do you see yourself? It was just like setting goals of, and this time it's like I wasn't alone. He included himself with me. So like that's the push. Do I want to teach the rest of my life? Absolutely not. Do I want to have more kids in the future? Absolutely. Do I want to be able to stay at home? Of course I do. So it's the push of knowing, like, I sit there and I watch all these coaches that are like in the Millionaires Club or making 6 figures, and I'm like, if they can do it, why can't I? What's the difference? Sorry, I don't. What's the difference? I can do it. So it's just like setting goals and not underestimating myself anymore.
And I just got to say, you got to make sacrifices. Like, you have to give up stuff in your life that's just, like, find your why, find out why you want this life that you want. And then it's, it could be family you have to sacrifice. It could be TV. It could be, whatever it is. But that's the thing. We all have the same amount of hours in a day. It's just what you do with those, what you do with those 24 hours. I used to come home and sit on the couch, watch TV. Now I come home, I make sure that the kids are good, and then I start working my business, because that's what it is, and that's what I didn't respect. And I'm sure Michelle could probably say the same thing. You don't look at it as your own business, but it is. I mean, Michelle's much better at the whole business thing, and she gets the business cards and does all that. I'm too emotional, too all over the place sometimes, but it's just about making sacrifices. And I'm only we're only 3 months in, and we have a long way to go. But it's just about making sacrifice. Find your why. Why do you want this? And then just make the sacrifice. And
I mean, like, do I feel bad? A lot of the nights my daughter's like, you're going on a call again, or you're talking to somebody about Beachbody again, and it hurts. But, when I talk to her about vacations and I have to work because of this, she's getting older, so she understands it. So she knows that, like, I need that hour in the evening where I have to work the business when she's home. She understands that now.
I think that's important. Sharing your why, the reason why you're doing this with your family, your kid, with your spouse, with your significant other. I think that's very important, because, this business is easy, but then it can be not that easy, because the vitals are so easy that you can say, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow. But if you're not consistent, you're not going to see result, period. So I think that sometimes, depending on your situation or whatever you're going through right now, you might want to do things for your kids now, because maybe you didn't have that. Maybe you didn't have your parents do this for you, or maybe because you're a single parent, you might want to compensate things, and at the end of the day, you have to know in your heart that you're doing it for a bigger purpose. And while, your kids, Michelle's daughter is a little older, and even though she can break it down, there's certain things that you can break down to your kids and say, mommy needs this hour so that I can, be able to do this with you on Saturday, or be able to do this with you, take you to Disney World, whatever it is, you understand? So I think that you have to break it down to your daughter or your kids or whatever it is, and be able to explain why you're doing this, because you want a better life for her. Because, and sacrificing 1 hour, while it might hurt her right that moment, she's going to be okay tomorrow. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that it's just you breaking it down for her and being able to explain why you do the things you do, why you work so hard, and just continue doing that. Because I think that if your why is powerful, I think it's fair enough that she's old enough to understand. If you break it down, to someone like, Matias, he's not going to understand, right? He's 3. But I think that as they get older, you can start to say, mommy just needs this time. I'm going to put a movie for you, and then I'll get back to you, after that, and that kind of stuff. So I think that having that why very present is important. If you haven't watched and this goes for the entire team. You guys haven't watched Summer Tucker's video. She's very intense.
Oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I did it in Team Advent. And honestly, I think that that's what this business boils down to. So I recommend, I'm not going to tell you what she talks about. I'm actually going to make a video myself, completing the assignment that she requests at the end of that video. But I think that everyone should take the time to watch that video. I think it's like 20-something minutes long. And honestly, I watched it right before bedtime 2 nights ago. And it went like that. Like I wanted to jump out of bed and like do things,
She blows you away, like the way she talks. It's so crazy.
Yeah, she's a Danny.
She's so passionate.
Very passionate. She's a Danny Johnson graduate, and she's always there with big groups of people. And it was an amazing video. So watch that. But
she makes like $60,000 a month.
Wow.
That's not too bad.
You had to throw that in there. Right.
She has if you go back to August of last year, she has a wake-up call. I think Michelle and I were listening to it last night. I mean, oh my God, she's crazy, like crazy.
She's good. She's really, really good. She's passionate because it links you to other ones of her videos, and I'm just like, yo, this girl's like intense. She's intense, but she knows what she's talking about. And then I have one last question, and then does anyone else have any questions for Jamie or Michelle before I ask my final question? No? So what would you guys say, and I feel like for both Michelle and Jamie, you guys are both single parents, right? And you both work full-time jobs. And with you, Jamie, you have crazy hours at your job. So what would you say pushes you, like every day, to come home and do all those activities that you have, posted on your fridge? Like, what is it that motivates you to say, no, I'm not going to miss my workout. No, I'm not going to miss PT. No, I'm not going to stop inviting. What do you attribute that to? Like, what does it boil down to?
I think for me, it's my kids. Like, my son struggles with everything, and he's not a happy boy or happy, he's not a happy child. So he told me about a week ago he wanted to be homeschooled. So I think Michelle and I were having a power hour the other day, and he's like, you're on the phone, and he was like a little bit upset. So I said, the reason why I'm doing all this is because maybe one day, in the near future, I'll be able to stay home with you. And I miss a lot because of my job. I work in the retail industry, and I work 60 hours a week. And I've done that for 15 years. And I just woke up and I was like, if I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm going to be working till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night for the next 15 years. So, I have a lot of heart and passion at my regular job. So why not bring that to, Beachbody? But for me, it's my kids. It's like so simple. I just want to be the best for them. And I just felt like I haven't given them everything that they really deserve. And now is the time. Like, now is the time where they're going to get everything that they're going to deserve. And I think the biggest thing that I can give them, because I'm not into fancy cars. I mean, I'm not into that stuff. It's just that, like, the time being home with them and to bring them to school and just to hang out and go to the movies and just to have that time. And I missed a lot. I miss my daughter's, a lot of stuff with her, and I still have, chance with my son, and, I want to have more kids. So I would, to really answer your question, it's just my kids. That's what really drives me, where I get home and it's no more hit the couch. It's like I get home from work and it's like, wow, I have all this stuff to do. Let's go. So, I mean, like, the working out and that stuff is easy. For me anyway, and I'm blessed, but when I have to do the stuff that I don't like doing, like the inviting, and I'm not always the best at like posting, I just think of my kids and just being home with them. So.
And like for me, I didn't have that growing up. My mom always worked. Always, always. So like the one day that she took off, it was like heaven when she picked us up from school, you know? Thank goodness I'm able to provide for my daughter in those ways. I take her on a every year we go on a vacation for the summer. It's like we go here, we do this. So it's all different activities. And that's what sick days are for, to go on school trips and stuff with your kids, that's what they once told me, because that was like my fear in becoming a teacher. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to be there for my kids. And they're like, that's what sick days are for. And that's exactly what I use them for. And I make sure to devote at least 2 school trips a year to go, on with my daughter. But I mean, I look at myself, I want to be healthy. I want to be fit. I want to purchase a home. I've been saving for a down payment. And, I want more kids. I want a marriage. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. And that's one thing Jamie told me yesterday. I mean, he makes a lot more money than I do, but he's like within a year. And that's like also a goal that I want to achieve. He's like, let's like bust our ass with this business. He's like, we can do it. You can do it throughout the summer as well. He's like, let's, one of us has to give up our job. You give up your job. If we could pull this through, and we're making, not as much as my salary now, but like something similar where we can make ends meet, and, I have his income to back me up. You can stay home. Do I want that? Hell yeah, I want that. So that's like a goal that I'm looking forward to. If I can stay home a year from now and I have like Jamie's incomes to back me up and the Beachbody income, then yeah, I'm going to bust my ass this year to get there, So that's like one goal that's like a huge thing that I need to achieve to get there. And that's all going to fall together with a home, more kids, a family, being there for my daughter now, being there for my future kids. That's what I want. So I have to work hard.
So your why, that's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for sharing your stories, for opening up, for, being so candid with us, and just for being amazing.
Can I say one more thing, Gabby? I'm sorry. I like to talk. Michelle and I just want to thank you for all that all that you've done. And I never forget that day when we were trying to get Michelle to Diamond. And I can tell you, when I woke up that morning, I was shocked. And at 6:30 in the morning, I get this message. I said, who the hell is messaging me at 6:30? And it was Gabby going, she just put, let's go. And like that really oh my God, I was so shocked. And we were up all day and, we were hustling. But, if anybody ever wants to message me or, vent or whatever, or, whatever it is. But I just want to thank Gabby, because it's like, you and this whole team have really, and I really mean this from the bottom of my heart, you guys have really changed us. And I can't thank you guys enough. So I know it's kind of corny and stuff, but having this group just really it really keeps me going. So I just want to thank everybody. All right, I'm done.
We're family, right? So that's what we're here for. And I say this to all my coaches, my personal sponsor, and I don't just reach out to my personal sponsor coaches. There's many coaches here that are not directly mine, that if I see the potential and I see the desire that you want to grow this thing, it's my job to push you. And you guys asked me to push you to help you get there. And that's what, I've always I say it in my GSRs now, if you want to run, I'll run. If you want to just crawl, then we'll crawl together. But the minute I feel like you guys back away, then, I need to back away, because this business is voluntary. But you guys asked me to push, and I said, you might regret that. So,
no, I mean, we had that deadline, and that was a deadline we were keeping to. So we made it happen.
Absolutely. So teamwork. Great job, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys for jumping on, and thank you for being a team. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you.
Lives.
Good night, everybody.